Hello and welcome everyone to your Thursday edition of the Daily 8 on the News 8 Live Desk. Phil Penarski here. Thanks again to Madeline Bursma for filling in for me yesterday. We've got 8 stories to keep you in the know in and around West Michigan today. We'll also check in with Storm Team 8 to get you a look at your forecast in just a bit. But first, our top story of the day. A man who authorities say groomed a Washington State teen online for more than a year before bringing her to southwestern Michigan has been sentenced. 31-year-old Keith Frierickson was sentenced to 20 years in prison after he pled guilty to traveling to Washington to take the teen back to Michigan with the intent of engaging in sexual acts. Court documents say that Frierickson and the teen had been talking online when the teen was just 13 years old. Authorities went to his home in January of 2024 and found the teen there after she was reported missing earlier that month. On top of the prison sentence, Frierickson will also be on supervised release for 20 years after he is released from prison. Hospitals in West Michigan are feeling the stress of flu season as cases continue to rise in the state and the country as well. Longer wait times are being experienced at emergency rooms with the influx of patients looking for treatment. It's not just flu though. Cases of COVID-19 and RSV are also leading to crowds. Health officials are now advising those who may be sick to only stop into emergency rooms if you're having trouble breathing, having chest pain, or difficulty coughing. Only coming to those critical facilities in times of emergencies would decrease the wait times and stress on staff. They also advise getting plenty of rest at home or checking in with your regular care provider. And some news out of Tulip Time now. The ever-popular Volks Parade is getting a brand new route for this year. The parade, which is scheduled for May 10th, will begin at the intersection of 8th Street and Columbia Avenue. It will then travel down 8th Street and curve onto Van Raalte Avenue before ending at 11th Street. It's a shorter route now, which organizers say will actually help with public safety. They did reference the New Year's Day attack back in New Orleans as a catalyst for the change in the route. The festival's Kinder Parade on May 8th will still keep its normal route for this year with limited road closures to help with the traffic flow during that parade. We've got the new parade route laid out inside our story over on woodtv.com. The Salvation Army has unveiled a new thrift store here in Grand Rapids with an interesting concept. Instead of perusing through rows and rows of clothing and paying per item, you'll now be paying by the pound. The main thrift store, located on Division Avenue, was reopened after closing prior to the pandemic and now offers the by the pound outlet inside the same building. There are bins filled with items that have not been sold at other locations where you can hunt for treasures. There are some exclusions though. Shoes will be priced at $3 a piece and furniture will also be marked separately, but everything else is eligible to be just $1.89 per pound. The outlet is open Fridays and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Also something to check out in Grand Haven, a new fine dining restaurant is open and we actually got an inside look at it. 1873 officially opened last week inside the Kirby House and features a pretty impressive menu from prime steak to lobster deviled eggs and also 40 different wines to choose from and pair with your meal. It's located at the corner of Washington Avenue and Harbor Drive. If you would like to take a look inside at the new restaurant and learn more about its exciting menu, a little bit more, you can find it all right now over on our website. And we just started to warm up a bit here in West Michigan, but Mother Nature once again gave us the cold shoulder. Icy streets and sidewalks have become an issue this winter, and the city of Grand Rapids is warning homeowners to do their part in clearing their property or they could face a fine. The city allows 24 hours after the end of a winter weather event to clear the snow or ice off your public sidewalks. If you fail to do so, you could face a complaint. After the complaint is sent, you then have 48 hours to comply or the city will come and clear it for you, and that's when it gets expensive. The city will charge you $183 for the first 15 minutes of work and $44 more for every subsequent 15 minutes it takes to clear off those sidewalks. So far this year, there have been over 1,000 complaints and more than 100 work orders in the city. And speaking of the winter weather, let's check in now with Storm Team 8 meteorologist Sarah Flynn with a look at your forecast.
Good morning, West Michigan. Winter weather advisory staying in effect for most of us until 9 a.m. That's for our counties north of I-94. Southernmost counties along the Michigan-Indiana border until 10 a.m. That's for impacts. We saw freezing rain, sleet, and some light snow overnight, but temperatures will warm to above freezing, allowing for a lot of that to melt and improve later on this afternoon. You'll notice in our futurecast some sunshine in the mix there as well. It is fairly short-lived. We'll start to see some cloud cover build as we move overnight. Partly to mostly cloudy skies continue for our Friday, but we are dry. It's also going to be quite windy. Wind advisory going into effect for Lakeshore counties later on this afternoon, carrying until 1 a.m. on Friday. Top wind gusts there sitting at 40 miles per hour, inland about 30 to 35 miles per hour, coming from the west sustained at about 10 to 20. Another system we're watching this weekend will likely see a widespread 2 to 6 inches of snow Saturday into Sunday. Early next week, though, looking dry, but a lot cooler. Middle of the week, we'll see high temperatures dip down to those low to mid 20s with another chance for snow Wednesday and Thursday.
All right, thanks, Sarah. And while we may still be frozen for the foreseeable future, we can, of course, count on baseball season to save us. The Whitecaps are set to open the season on April 4th, and it's not just the players getting warmed up. The kitchens are also getting hot. The team held an event Wednesday to showcase some of the new food items that the team might make available to fans in 2025. I was lucky enough to try a few, including an apple pie egg roll and a turkey sandwich with an apple fritter for a bun. These items are still in the testing phase, and the hope is to make sure the kitchen staff can actually handle these orders during busy games this year. The official chosen items will be announced prior to that April 4th opening day. You get to check out some of these awesome food options, get a look at them, and see some of the ones you might find this year at LMCU Ballpark, and you can check it all out right now inside our story on woodtv.com. All right, that is going to do it for us today on the Daily 8, but we will, of course, be back again tomorrow with 8 more stories that you need to know for your Friday, including a look at your weekend planner. That's all coming up tomorrow, though. I do want to thank everybody so much for tuning into this latest edition of the News 8 Live Desk. I'm Phil Pinarski, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.